Coming up on Wildcat News, the race for Kentucky governor continues. How last night's debate reflects candidates' most important values.
And President Joe Biden will soon visit Israel amidst its ongoing war with the militant group Hamas.
Hello, I'm Nia Leveretter.
And I'm Lindsay Jones. Welcome to your Wildcat News. We are just 3 weeks out from the Kentucky general election and what has been regarded as the most important race for governor this year. Last night, this year's candidates, Governor Andy Beshear and Attorney General Daniel Cameron, debated publicly for the second time this election season, this time at Northern Kentucky University. Questions centered around the candidates' proposed policies for public education, union advocacy, income tax reduction, as well as the death penalty. Governor Beshear used the debate as an opportunity to recount his accomplishments during his term, while his challenger Cameron expressed concerns that Beshear's, quote, far-left agenda is similar to that of President Biden and does not reflect the true values of Kentuckians.
Well, I think it's crazy to have a governor here in Kentucky who openly endorses Joe Biden. I think it's crazy to have this governor who fails to protect women's sports from biological males. I think it's crazy to have this governor fail to cut our taxes, crazy to have this governor shut down our small businesses, our churches, and our schools.
Now, my opponent got into trying to call me a liar or to suggest that things that aren't true are. Listen, the people of Kentucky know us. I had a standing press conference every day for a year and a half. They know who I am, and they know I tell the truth even when it's hard.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that President Biden will visit Israel tomorrow to meet with Israeli officials. Israeli authorities say 1,400 people were killed during Hamas's first attack nearly 2 weeks ago. President Biden's trip comes as the House Foreign Affairs Committee is drafting legislation to authorize U.S. military forces in the country, quote, in the event it's necessary. Blinken adds that President Biden will, quote, reaffirm the United States' solidarity with Israel. This is a stance agreed upon by the Senate's majority and minority leaders. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says there is a risk this war could result in a much wider conflict for the region.
Although National Hispanic Latino Heritage Month officially came to a close on Sunday, the Latino community here in Lexington is still celebrating their culture through visual arts. Here's reporter Morgan Luster for more.
Bienvenido a la Mezcla Latina, or Welcome to the Latino Blend, an art exhibit featuring Latino artists from around Lexington at the Central Public Library. This gallery showcases a mix of visual art from acrylics and photography to oil paintings and watercolor. Creator of the exhibit, Camilo Quintana, began this exhibit after noticing a lack of Latino representation in the Lexington art scene. He says that an artist's journey can be a complicated and intimidating one, especially for new and upcoming artists. So he created this exhibit to give a voice to those who need help getting the exposure. The gallery began its showcase in September, and it's open during regular library hours for anyone to visit for free. In its 14 years of existence, the Latino Blend has grown from just 8 artists to over 20. Each year, Quintana calls for artists from around central Lexington to put their work on display, such as local artist Ian Dali Castillo, who has been painting since childhood. Castillo says he began doodling from a young age and developed his craft generally in the style of Expressionism. As a person who struggled with mental health,
the exhibit will be open during library hours from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 6 on Friday, 9:30 to 5 on Saturday, and 1 to 5 on Sunday.
Stay tuned to see why NFL stadiums around the country went quiet this week.
And who will be performing at this year's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
black truck. Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzing overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
The air is getting chillier, and that can only mean one thing. Football season is in full swing, and WNBA season is coming to a close. Naya joins us in our sports corner for more on that and the latest in NFL news. Hey, Naya.
Hey Lindsay, the WNBA Finals featuring the New York Liberty and reigning champions, the Las Vegas Aces, are getting very intense. The best of 5 series is still on, with it being 2-1 Aces as of Sunday. The Las Vegas Aces traveled to Brooklyn to face off the New York Liberty for Game 3 of the Finals. Aces guard Kelsey Plum led the way with 27 points, but that was not enough as the Aces fell short to the Liberty 73-87. Liberty forward Brianna Stewart led in rebounding with 12, and center Jonquel Jones led the team with 27 points. The Aces are competing to be back-to-back champions this year, while the New York Liberty are looking for their very first championship in franchise history. On top of the loss, the Aces went without starting guard Chelsea Gray after suffering a left foot injury in the fourth quarter. She will not be available for the next game, which will take place tomorrow at 8 p.m. back in the Barclays Center. Every NFL game this week began with a moment of silence for the victims of the October 7th attack on Israel. The Thursday night football matchup between the Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs featured the first moment of silence, which continued through the rest of the week's 6 games, and concluded in the New York matchup between the Buffalo Bills and New York Giants on Sunday. Get excited for the Cowboys-Commanders game this Thanksgiving, and even more excited for their half-game show. Dolly Parton is pitching in to help the Salvation Army this year as part of their Red Kettle Kickoff fundraiser event. The country music star will be performing during halftime of the Dallas Cowboys and Washington Commanders game on Thanksgiving Day. Cowboy fans are hoping her performance will help them overcome a run of bad luck. Last year's performance by the Jonas Brothers helped them reach a 7-2 record when big stars perform at halftime. That's all for your Wildcat Sports. We'll be right back.
Sarah, you've got this, okay? But they lost.
Not really. Not where it counts. Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
From campus pageants to worldwide pop stars, the entertainment industry never fails to, well, entertain.
Homecoming week has officially come to an end. We caught up with the 2023 Mr. and Mrs. Black UK to hear from them about their new roles on campus and what it means to them to hold the title.
Mr. Black UK is someone that represents what it means to be a UK student, but also is a leader and advocate for the Black community on campus.
I feel like my role plays into the campus community by just me being around and me being an advocate for those around me, and just like having the ability to speak up and like be heard. The role of Mr. and Miss Black UK at the University of Kentucky is to display Black excellence. In my opinion, I feel like it is the only time that Black people on campus can display a different part of themselves. I think it's important to continue the pageant because it shines a light on minorities on the University of Kentucky campus. So we should continue to get minorities more involved. Our presence on campus for sure, and also just the amount of exposure we're going to give to our events and more community involvement that will bring unity across the University of Kentucky campus.
A lot of what Mr. Black UK does is shine a light for minority students on campus, and so at a PWI, I think we can get a little bit sunk beneath a lot of the students here, and I think it's a way just to keep us in the forefront.
Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour film hit theaters on Friday. CNN reporter David Daniel has more on the record-breaking movie.
Welcome to The Eras Tour!
Taylor Swift's late August announcement that a film of her Eras Tour would hit theaters took everyone by surprise.
This was completely out of nowhere, it seems. A dream come true and music to the ears of theater owners.
Box office analyst Paul Dergarabedian says fans immediately began buying advance tickets like it was, well, a Taylor Swift tour.
They had pre-sales that were reported to be early on within the first 24 hours at about $29 million.
Multiple theater chains are reporting record pre-sales. That made Friday the 13th a scary release date for other studio films.
Very notably, The Exorcist Believer, which was set for that Friday the 13th, appropriately enough, they had to move back to the 6th.
Start over, start fresh, create the new. That's what the Renaissance is about.
Eras isn't the only major music tour headed to theaters. Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, chronicling the tour that drew 2.7 million fans, figures to bring more to theaters when it opens December 1st.
I think we're going to see a renaissance, if you will, in the whole genre of concert films and music in theaters.
It's going to be called The Eras Tour. See you there.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Variety reports that so far the Eras Tour movie has made $123 million internationally, with $95 million of that from the U.S. and Canada. This makes it the highest grossing concert film in the country.
Today is National Pasta Day, which falls at a great time as October is National Pasta Month.
Pasta is a traditional noodle in Italian cuisine. There are more than 300 types of pasta besides spaghetti and macaroni. Pasta is a favorite food, especially in the United States, for kids. Celebrate by ordering or making a pasta dish. You don't have to tell me twice. I will be consuming pasta today. Probably not too, because they told me so, just because that's how I live my life.
I definitely will too. I like to go to Olive Garden once a week and get some chicken tortellini Alfredo. So I'll be doing that tonight.
Absolutely. Love the commitment.
Yes. That's all for your Wildcat News today. Join us again on October 31st for more.
Thanks for joining us and have a great night.